It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey folks, today I'm taking a look at this game here called dango. Dango here is a slapping game. It's a speed game in which you are going to be trying to grab the appropriate cards from the table by slapping them before your opponents are able to do so, and once the game is over, have the most cards in your possession. Of course, there's a couple of little wrinkles on top of that, but really not too many. Let me show you how the game works, and then I'll tell you if I think it's a good one in that genre. Here we go. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to be given one of these cups of tea, and we are going to set the deck on the table and put on the table itself, on the display, these 5 starting cards. Alright, so just be aware everybody starts with 1 teacup because I'm going to be moving them out of the way just for space sake. So I'm going to lay these out. You can really throw them out there however you want, as long as they're about the same distance from everybody, because in this game what you are attempting to do is, as the conditions come up here from the deck of cards, quickly grab whatever matches the necessary criteria and score it. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most cards is the winner. So yes, it's like a slapping game. So how does it work? Very simply, these are the starting cards. They have 3 criteria each: color of the background, color of the figure, and then the figure itself. The deck of cards here will inform you as to what it is you are going for, and it'll do so in a pretty clever way. It'll be, once I flip over a card, it'll be this card and this card give you a formula that you are trying to go for. What is the formula? Very simply, this back tells you that you are going for background, which matches this card, and so this would be the correct answer here. Everybody should be slapping that card. This tells you figure, and so the figure being the cat here, everybody should be going for, well, look at that card as well, because it's the cat. And then there is that, which means color of the figure, in which case everybody should be going for this card right here, because the cat is yellow, that figure is yellow. That's the correct answer, okay? And that's it. You're going to continue doing this, slapping the table, until the deck has run out. Now, if there's nothing out there that matches the formula here, then you're supposed to drink from your cup of tea. And the last player to put this cup of tea to their mouth, to their lips, actually has to give up a point, okay? So you are supposed to, more quickly than your opponents, be aware that there is no matching answer out there and drink tea. So, let's give it a shot. Here we go. That is background. It's that one. Now, once I take this, I'm going to put it in my score pile, and this becomes part of what's out there, which is what makes the game very interesting. And then we flip another one. It's the figure. I slap this one. I take it. We flip another one. It's the background. It's this background. Now, sometimes there are multiple answers out there, and if you can slap one, take it out of play, and slap the other one, you can actually keep both. That probably won't happen because other people will be going for the one you didn't get there, but it could happen. Alright, so here we go. The figure. He's not in play, but it should be the color of him anyway, of which there isn't. It's purple. So that color of that character, which is what this background lets you know, is not in play. So I should be quickly drinking tea, which is the one thing I'm really bad at. Always lose at that part. But that's the idea. And then he becomes part of the characters out here. So the pool of characters sometimes does grow quite a bit, which makes it, you know, very frenetic for you to be looking over more and more characters. But that's basically it. Run this deck out. And once the deck is over, if you've scored the most cards that you've set aside, then you are the winner of the game. So I am not a big fan of speed games, slapping games, or grabbing something kind of games. In fact, they tend to be some of my least favorite games out there. That whole genre, if I pick up a game and I read it's a slapping game or a speed game, I very much tend to shy away from that. However, I think this is a really neat design. I think the look of the game is great. The construction of the game is wonderful. The cards have really good quality. And it's a clever system with the back of the card and the front of the front of the card and the back of the next one, creating a code for what you have to grab out there. It's very cool. It's puzzly, but not too puzzly. It will not leave you there scratching your head, but it takes a couple of seconds to figure out what you're looking for. Some people will be faster at this, but every now and then the combination is not out there, and then you got to drink the tea, and some people won't be on the up and up on that. They'll still be looking. It just works, and it works well. Of course, the game is not at all colorblind friendly, so be aware of that. This is not a game you'll be able to play, unfortunately, if you are colorblind. But otherwise, I do recommend it for kids if they are looking for this kind of game. And I think kids would get a kick out of this one. It's cute. It's got the pretty pictures with the kitty and all of that. And so, yeah, this is a good one. This is a nice game for kids. I would not recommend it really for adults, but for children, this is very nice. Not complex. Something they could play by themselves, in fact, without adult supervision. So I recommend it for that crowd. This is Dango. Nice little slapping game that works really well for what it is. Thumbs up from me.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.